Well, it looks like Angelina Jolie wants all of it to end. The dispute over the winery. She wants Brad Pitt to give up his case and just forget it all.
Wow, tell me more.
Well, I mean, I believe she really is tired of it, but at the same time, isn't she? What is she really avoiding here? Because this has been going on for a very, very long time. The latest, I think, is that he demanded. There was a whole thing about NDAs because she claimed that his lawyers wanted her to sign an NDA about the incident that happened on the airplane.
Yeah.
He said, people sign NDAs all the time. Let's pull up all the NDAs that you've asked people to sign. And there are like 50 of them, and that would be released to the public somehow. And she doesn't want that out there.
I've lost track of all this. They just need to go to their separate corners, figure out some resolution and move on, because the more you indulge this petty, and I know she would not say, and it has valid reasons for not thinking it's petty, but like at this point, who is benefiting from any of this?
Well, definitely not their kids.
We are.
Uh-oh, don't get so excited about it.
We are, because we get to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that's my point is like if some low-level YouTubers and radio hostesses with the mostesses are making a mountain out of a molehill, I kind of feel like they could be doing better things with their time.
Absolutely. I do understand like how he feels, like beyond everything that he has done and the, you know, his issues, like she sold her shares out from under him to somebody that she knows that that wasn't something he would have wanted. And I think it was out of spite.
Well, of course, because significant reason for that spite.
Yeah, but then again, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it stemmed from I want to hurt you back, and you're never going to get anywhere with that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the latest with the Brangelina drama. Mike, do you have any blind items?
Oh, I got all sorts of other drama to get to.
Fabulous.
Let's do it with some blind items today. Let's start with this one. The title of the upcoming project from this A-list singer tells you all you need to know about the purpose of it, given the fact that it was likely rushed out to fit a narrative and the singer's past solo work. It's going to be terrible.
Oh, yes.
So let me read this one again for you.
Well, let me see here.
The title of the upcoming project from this A-list singer tells you all you need to know about the purpose of it, given the fact that it was likely rushed out to fit a narrative and the singer's past solo work. It will be terrible.
Ooh.
This is probably a story that we've already talked about on our radio show, but the dear listeners of our YouTube experience have not gotten this. Dawn, you want to say it with me?
Joe Jonas. And you remember you remember the title, which is weird. For people who believe in love?
Music for people who believe in love.
Yeah, it's a hot mess express. But I'm excited to hear it. I mean, I could use some funky new tunes for my step aerobics class.
For my jazzercise.
So, filling in the blind items, Music for People Who Believe in Love is the name of the upcoming project for Joe Jonas, and it tells you all you need to know about the purpose of said project, given the fact that it was likely rushed out to fit a narrative and Joe Jonas's past solo work. It's going to be terrible.
Well, it's also just an odd premise. Like, I'm going to tell you all about love. It's platonic love and love for doors and
my
scenery.
children.
And children. I mean, you know, that's like a real thing. But like, other than that, it seems like kind of a stretch. People don't usually do pop albums about the love for their children.
True.
They do when they're in a battle for the love of their children.
Look what you did.
Because right now,
but still, that's not a reason to sell albums.
But it literally, it continues. In case you were wondering, we were just talking about the Brangelina situation. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner still going back and forth, trying to figure out what their custody is going to look like going forward when this divorce is finalized.
And to be fair, I don't think this is any sort of like spiteful album at her, because by all accounts, I think they've moved on from each other.
Yeah,
like there's
she's
probably
moved
still
on with someone with a English title.
Well, and he's moved on with like 3 different people, including but not limited to Demi Moore. Not really, but my point is, in the public sphere, they both have kind of gone their separate ways.
He's been through one already. Stormy Bree
Daniels.
I will just say though,
isn't that our producer?
Just 2 months ago, she reactivated or reactive, whatever they call it, the divorce case because of their back and forth and not coming to an agreement on where the kids are going to go. So yes, maybe from a love standpoint, they both moved on.
I didn't
They're
know
still
that.
fighting for the kids.
Well, because they haven't come to
the most recent agreement, I think, is they said the kids can live in New York for a little bit. She, of course, wants him to go back to the UK with her. He wants him to stay in the States. So.
And this is not going to go away anytime soon, right?
No.
Because the kids are always going to be there, and where they are raised is like, that's not a small thing.
So basically what's going to happen is that their kids are going to be forced to be homeschooled by private tutors because you can't really spend half your year in England and the other half in the United States learning. I don't think that's something that happens, but maybe I'm wrong. For the ultra rich,
for rich and famous, they get to do whatever they want.
True, yeah. So, I would say, are you thinking about what's best for the kids?
They'll go to an online school.
Or maybe they can just all live in Iceland, which is in the middle.
Happy alternative.
I don't feel like that's a fair...
It looks lovely.
I'm just coming up with solutions.
They got them hot water baths.
Oh, yeah. And fairies. Fairies.
Fairies.
Little fairy houses and gnomes and things.
Icelandic fairy houses?
Yeah, they're a thing.
All right.
Search it on YouTube.
Got it.
What's next?
Let's move on to this one. Whether it's stress of the very public drama or going overboard with the shot, it is actually starting to get concerning how much weight this A-list musician is losing. Fans are right to be concerned.
What?
Whether it is stress from the very public drama or going overboard with the shot, it's actually getting concerning about how much weight this A-list musician is losing. Fans have a right to be concerned.
So a musician who's been taking a diet drug, and
that's what the implication.
That's what everybody says now. It's Ozempic. You don't know what somebody's personally going through.
Semaglutide or whatever that's called.
Semaglutide.
Right. Yeah. So, you've got that, and then somebody that has personal drama that we know about. Are they going through a divorce? Okay.
Whether it's the stress of the very public drama or going overboard with the shot, it's actually getting concerning how much weight this A-list musician is losing. Fans are right to be concerned.
The drama is not relationship related. So
correct,
is it business related? Money?
In a sense.
Oh, is this a man? Is it Justin Timberlake? Okay.
Have we talked about this individual's drastic weight loss?
I haven't personally with you guys. I don't think so.
Okay.
But apparently fans are starting to notice and starting to get concerned.
That person looks a little extra thin. Okay, a man. Wow, talking about a man's weight.
Very public drama.
It's not very common.
And someone with very public drama.
Mm-hmm.
Public drama. Oh. Public drama.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a foreign-born singer? Okay. Matt Healy?
Foreign-born.
Okay.
Public drama singer. It's not like is it a Canadian? Is it a Shawn Mendes?
Okay. It is a Canadian, though. Drake?
Oh.
Yes, according to the blind items, whether it's the stress of the very public drama, of course, referring to likely the beef with Kendrick Lamar, or going overboard with the weekly shot, whatever that might be, it's actually getting concerning how much weight this A-list musician is losing. Fans have a right to be concerned, or are right to be concerned. So,
according to the blinds, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a couple of pictures tied to this blind item, and it was like, it looks like he lost a little weight. I don't think it's the end of the world, but people, now I will say, in the rap battle that went back and forth, Kendrick Lamar absolutely did bring up the fact that he made comments about the fact that he is taking Ozempic, and also facts that he...
That's part of a rap battle?
Yes, that was part of a rap battle.
Anything under the sun that you can grab.
He basically said something about him aging like 30 years in the last couple months or something, and I believe that was the line. So, I don't know.
I bet he's going to write a new one about his house flooding.
There you go.
You know,
He's
because
got
that was
poop
some
water
nasty.
in his lobby.
Yeah, it was some nasty brown water that was coming
Well, it was
in.
actually kind of like peanut buttery.
So it wasn't an espresso martini? Like
It
you-
looked
like
kind
you
of
said?
like the
Okay.
background
Yeah.
of my wall.
Yeah.
If you're
Uh-huh.
watching on YouTube.
Yeah, and murky, and who knows what's in there? Snakes
Chunks.
swimming
Don't
around.
say snakes.
There's no snakes in Toronto.
No.
Okay,
That's why we live in the north, so it gets
Yeah,
cold enough to
exactly.
kill everything off.
Kills all
and
the
then
baddies.
It can never get
You
big.
guys.
We just have wolves and
Mhm.
moose.
okay, yeah. Well, I doubt if there are any hidden wolves in his pee-pee water, but pee-pee poo-poo water.
Hidden wolves in his pee-pee water. I hope you guys have liked
That's the
and
name of my
subscribed.
new book.
Somebody just got bingo on that bingo card of
Yeah.
what we were going to say today.
She said pee-pee poo-poo water.
Let's move on to the next one. A break-in, huh? No, it was actually just the reaction the boyfriend had when this catchphrase celeb finally told him to get out of her house.
Cash me outside. How about that?
You got there.
Bahad Bahabi.
There you go. Nicely
I did not know
done.
about a break-in, though.
She's reporting this past weekend there was a break-in. The blind items are saying, and this person apparently broke in, stole some items, and left. And but there was, I believe, when they looked, there wasn't a lot of signs of force to get into the place. It didn't seem like there were evidence of break-in stuff. So,
Okay.
long story short, the blind items are saying, no, it's not a break-in. This is just a reaction your boyfriend had when Bahadi, like you like to refer to her
Bad
as,
baby.
Bad Baby, told her boyfriend to get out of her house.
Okay.
That's
After,
not good. I hope that's not true.
well, you remember what happened last week.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
beat her up.
So I hope she did tell her to get out of the.
Well,
You
I just
know-
hope it didn't happen.
I also saw, and I don't know if this is true.
Mhm.
I saw some post with her kissing him again, and I'm like, no, please, no.
Yeah.
You said you weren't going to do that, but you know, abusive relationships are very
I was going to
complicated.
say they're very complicated.
Yes, they are. So, but it was just so publicly like, look what he did, and she just had a baby. So we were hoping for the best.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. There's a
Does she
story from
post
yesterday that she
Lavon?
shares a PDA with her boyfriend following those domestic abuse allegations. They're not allegations when we all watch the video.
Yeah,
I
that's what
didn't
I
watch
hate.
the video.
It's like, yeah, allegedly. I'm like, no, it's right there. It's clearly there.
Well, I hope that she gets the help that she needs.
I do too. Best
Because
of
that's
luck
got to
to
take a
her.
lot of resources
Yes.
For real.
to feel safe enough to do the right thing.
Mhm.
Well, she did make $57 million.
$1
OnlyFans.
from OnlyFans.
Good for you.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
See that, Dr. Phil? How about that?
I think
It's more than
Dr.
he made
Phil's
on
fine.
OnlyFans.
Well, yeah, but he's made a lot more off her.
Yeah.
What do you think he'd make on OnlyFans?
Dr. Phil?
I
Yeah.
bet he'd actually make a decent. There's people out there.
It's a type for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
no. Oh. Shave the mustache. Shave the mustache.
Leave the mustache. Never mind. Okay, let's go on and do another one here. The estate of this permanent A+ list singer and the streamer are playing a game of chicken. The estate doesn't care about the content or the length of the show. They just want to see more money. And we all know they'll get it. The streamer is never afraid to throw money around. So we've got an estate of an A+ list singer and a streamer playing a game of chicken. The estate doesn't care about the content or the length of the show. They just want to see more money. And they're going to get it because the streamer is never afraid to throw money around.
Which is why
Mm-hmm.
in a story that I saw about this, and we talked about this earlier, right, Dawn?
I
Yeah.
believe so. That we're talking about Prince.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Netflix. And
Yeah.
the story that I saw was that Netflix was confident they could come to some sort of agreement,
Yeah.
which AKA means money. Fill in the blank.
Yeah,
Sorry.
AKA they're just negotiating right now and
okay.
decided to go public with those negotiations. But
Mhm.
according to the blind item, there is no doubt the estate of Prince and Netflix are just playing a game of chicken. The estate knows that, or they don't care about the content or the length of the show. Part of the narrative of that story, I believe, is that it was 9 hours long or something.
Well,
they
and that ran
wanted-
afoul of some agreement they had for it to be 6 hours.
Exactly. And they
Yeah.
wanted to cut specific content. Well, according to this blind
Yeah.
item, no, it has nothing to do with the content or the length of the show. They just want to see more money, and they will because Netflix throws it around.
Okay. Well, Hopefully, we all get a great Prince documentary out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine we will.
Yeah.
I don't
hopefully.
feel like Netflix spends all that money for nothing.
That's true. I mean, they did invest all that time. So
There you go. Let's do another one. You guys crushed that one quickly and easily, and you've been doing great today.
You know, some
Thanks.
days you get up early, you
yeah.
do real good.
Well, do real good on this one. At the same time, this A-minus list actor is retiring his music gimmick because it's no longer fulfilling. This former A-plus list musician is retiring his acting gimmick and reintroducing his musical side. In reality, the former can't make good music anymore, and the latter can't act. So this is better for everyone.
Uh-oh.
So many moving parts.
Let me say it one more time here. At the same time, this A-minus list actor is retiring his music gimmick because it's no longer fulfilling. This former A-plus list musician is retiring his acting gimmick and reintroducing his musical side. In reality, it's because the former can't make any good music anymore and the latter can't act.
Okay.
So this is better for everyone.
Okay, gotcha.
Is one of these people Johnny Depp?
Nope. Good guess, though. He's a musical actor.
He is. He is, definitely.
So again, we've got, let me break this down a little bit. It's a long one. We've got two different people. One is an A-minus list actor retiring from music.
Yeah.
Another is an A-plus list musician retiring from acting. And the blind item is insinuating it's actually just because the actor can't sing and the singer can't act.
Are they both males? Okay.
I'm a singing. Is one of them Justin Timberlake?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That was a really good guess for a former A-plus list musician who is retiring from acting, but that's not the case.
Let's see. Who else is a singer?
Got an A-minus list actor retiring his music gimmick because it's no longer fulfilling, but this, and then also at the same time, this former A-plus list musician is retiring his acting gimmick and reintroducing his musical side. In reality, the former can't make good music anymore and the latter can't act.
Is this a Jared Leto situation?
Nope.
Because he's actually a great musician.
Is this someone we've ever talked about?
Oh, yeah. Both people.
Who is it? Is Kevin Costner a singer?
I know. I
He
was
is.
thinking that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is
He
he?
has
Yes,
his
of
own
course.
album. He
Oh
played
my
the
God.
Minnesota
Christ.
State Fair a couple of years
Did he
ago.
really?
Yes.
Kevin
He
Costner. What about
absolutely
Kevin
did.
Bacon?
Kevin Bacon did as well. They
Yeah.
both did.
What about
John Bon Jovi.
He is a great singer. Not much of an actor, though.
Okay.
he was in a movie,
Yeah.
played the hot somebody.
Oh, is it Tim McGraw?
Great. Yes, but no.
Okay.
Is he a pop
2
star?
years ago, Kevin Costner in the Modern West at the Minnesota State Fair.
Wow.
West. Everything's about the West.
It is. He's
with
obsessed
him.
with it.
Yeah,
Let's
well.
get him on
Let's
the
just
East
say
Coast.
this for the former A-plus list musician, this was a person that on this show like a year and a half ago,
Uh-huh.
we talked about this individual every single day.
Oh, was it a White Lotus person? Every day. Bradley.
Let's just say you were close with the White Lotus guess.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it a series?
Not Paul Mescal. Pedro Pascal.
It was a series.
It was a series. Is it a
If
Game
you-
of Thrones?
If you can call it a series when it didn't
Jeremy
last
Allen White.
very long.
It didn't last very long. Okay.
Oh.
It was on the same streamer, though,
Three-body
as
problem.
White Lotus.
Oh,
Max.
Yes.
was on Max.
For not very long.
Oh, is this
You got there.
Succession?
No,
Oh,
not very long.
Not very long, Dawn.
the longest yard. The
Not very long.
I'm just
What did we talk about all the time on Max?
A-plus musician tied to a Max show last year.
Able to spend the weekend.
Oh.
So you got half
Dawn
of
is
it.
obsessed with Abel Tesfaye.
So let me
Huge fan.
Let me add in what we've got so far. We're just working through this. At the same time, this A-minus list actor is retiring his music gimmick because it's no longer fulfilling. Abel Tesfaye is retiring his acting gimmick, or I should say The Weeknd is retiring his Abel Tesfaye gimmick because and introducing his musical side. In reality, the former can't make good music and the latter can't act. So The Weeknd's back is the bottom half of this
Is
blind
anybody
item.
going to listen? But
He was the most streamed artist when he went away.
okay, let's see.
he
In the
did that
world.
wonderful maze thing where
Super
he
Bowl
walked
halftime
through.
show. Yeah.
That was weird.
It was really good.
Good?
I like The Weeknd.
I don't.
I
don't like
because
the
you don't
idol.
like his personality, or you don't like who
I
he is
don't
as a
like
person.
that show he did and the themes
That's what I'm saying.
that were involved.
I'm just talking
in
about his
hurting
music.
women and very strange plot lines of. Ugh.
All right, so
Okay,
you got
so
half of it. Now we're looking for an A-minus list actor retiring a music gimmick. Can you think of any actors that have a music gimmick?
Joaquin Phoenix.
We've thought of a lot.
You have.
Ben Affleck.
Nope.
Leo DiCaprio.
Nope.
Matthew McConaughey.
That'd be good. He plays the
A-minus
bongos.
list actor.
Okay, were we talking about him last year?
We've talked about him, but not nearly as often as Abel.
And not because of his music.
Not because of his music, but sometimes because of his music.
Is it Mr. Potato Head?
Mr. Potato
You
Head.
know who I'm talking about.
No,
Not The
who?
Rock, but Vin Diesel.
No.
Because he
Vin
sings
Diesel's
very
the singer?
badly. I mean, it's really low.
Maybe if we
the show's gonna end.
No, you'll get to it.
Oh my God.
If we come together
down.
as a blinded by
a family.
Hear me out. We come together
Yeah,
as a
I'm here.
blinded
I'm here for
by
you.
the item community, and we figure this out together.
Okay.
I know Donna's listening.
We come together as a blinded by the item
look, it's a
community.
hit. Right now.
Or the family.
Over me.
If we come together.
The community of blinded by the item. If we can come
community.
together.
Community? From the show Community? Chevy Chase?
Oh my gosh.
No,
Who's in
I
that?
don't know
I
what
don't
that.
know.
I've not watched Community.
Who's in that show? She got it.
Childish Gambino.
There you go.
Yes.
Nicely
Okay,
done.
Good job,
It
we
was
got
a
there.
maze, but we got there.
We
Much
almost
like
had to have
Abel,
another sour ball, Dawn.
much like Abel Tesfaye at the Super Bowl, we worked through that mirror maze and finally got to the end of it. At the same time that Donald Glover is retiring Childish Gambino because it's no longer, quote, fulfilling, The Weeknd is retiring Abel Tesfaye from an acting standpoint and reintroducing The Weeknd. In reality, the former can't make good music anymore and the latter can't act, so this is best news for everybody. There you go.
Oh
Woo.
my
And
God.
we
Got
are
sweat on
grateful
my
because
brow.
we can't do either.
Nicely done.
What?
Thank you.
You guys got there.
Yeah, we
Took
did.
a second, but you got there.
A second.
Okay, it took 5 minutes.
1,000
6
seconds.
minutes,
Yeah.
but we got there.
Took
It's
half
all
the
right.
show.
We got time for one more.
Okay.
But you know what? That's our audience.
Yeah.
There are people out there who didn't know either, and they just wanted to go along for the ride, Dawn.
And they heard the community clue and they got it right away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did they?
Then there were others.
Don't
Was
flatter
Chevy
yourself.
Chase on Community and then
Yes,
get
he
kicked
was.
out? Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
While the A-list actors people are saying they are basically engaged, clearly to make him look better, the foreign-born model pumped those brakes quickly. She wants the rub, but is not willing to make that big of a commitment for
She
it.
wants a rub.
She doesn't want to get married to.
While the A-list actors people
Yeah.
are saying they are basically engaged, clearly to make him look better,
Oh.
the foreign-born model pumped those brakes
Wait.
quickly. She wants the rub, but is not willing to make that big of a commitment for it.
Is this someone who never makes commitments? Oh, so it's not Leo.
No.
It's the
Victoria's
one that
Ready.
we just talked about recently this week, right? Yeah.
A-list actors.
Yeah. They had a very much younger girlfriend who is a French. Oh,
Not French.
no, she's a Russian spy.
Oh,
It's Johnny
yeah,
Depp
Johnny
and
Depp and-
Cutie Pie.
And Cutie Pie.
And
You nailed
Maria
it.
Venskaya Belova.
I think her name is Yulia.
Yulia.
Because
Valskaya. What did you say?
See?
Yeah, something like that.
Blah, blah, blah.
We'll just stick with Yulia. While Johnny Depp is...
He's a Russian spy, right, Dawn?
she went to Russian spy school.
Well,
Seems
I mean, a school where
Problematic.
a lot of Russian spies come out of. It's a nice school. Nice for Russia.
according to the blind items, while Johnny Depp's people are saying that he's basically engaged with Yulia to make him look better, Yulia's people or she is pumping the brakes on that quickly. She wants the rub, but is not willing to make that big of a commitment.
she wants the rub.
She is so
wants, like, the
incredibly
Yeah,
beautiful.
you want
It's like sickening.
The publicity, the notoriety,
Well,
the rub.
so is he.
Yes.
No, he isn't. Go
Oh,
to
God,
the
I
dentist.
just said that to her, make her go off. And she did take the bait. Good afternoon. And welcome.
And good evening and good night.
If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe. We're on the radio on My Talk. We've got our own podcast wherever you get podcasts. And we're on YouTube. Like and subscribe and tell all your friends. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers about.
Blinded by the item.
Bye.
Blinded by the item.